Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. The flat free tires are working awesome on the wheelbarrows. There's no hiccup with either one, the one that I first did or the one that I had to add the wood on to make the wheelbarrow work. So highly recommend those. A link will be in the description below. We're talking about the wood stove today. So last week, I'm sure you guys saw, I had a bottle of distilled water in my hands. It was empty then because I went and filled it with my spare. I have a tank out back in the shop that has 100 gallons in it that I use for spare. That's going to be part of the radiant floor when I put that in. So that'll be another video. Hopefully this year I'll finish that up. I have noticed that the OSB around the base has worked quite nicely. It seems like she isn't taking as much wood. That could be the insulation on the piping that I've added. Remember, I re-insulated all of the piping with an extra R7 over the R3 that was already there and made sure this one was sealed. And then I re-insulated that insulation. And I've been working on insulating the house a whole bunch. I also have the chimney cap adapter, which seems to be working decently. So I don't know whether it's a combination of everything. I'm sure it is, but I seem to be using a lot less wood this year than last year. I won't know for sure until the end of the year and how crazy the year gets. But one of the things that basically the only maintenance I have to do for this is keep it fed every week or two, shovel the ash out. I have a video on that already. I'll leave that in the description as well. But every once in a while this green light goes out, which is indicative of it is slightly low on distilled water. And I try and keep it so that that light stays on whenever it dips below, even down to 160. So it was 168 and the light was out. I have a gallon, so I'm going to add a half a gallon right now. I'm not sure why, but for the 6 cold weeks during the year, 6 cold months during the year, I typically am adding a half a gallon to a gallon each month. And I'm not sure why, because I only add like a gallon all spring, summer, and fall long. But how you do this is you have this little breather port in the back that you just saw me open. And I'm just going to add about a half a gallon into that. Now there's about 120 gallons in the water jacket around the stove right now. You know what? Maybe I'll just add the whole gallon. It sounds kind of empty down there. Yeah, perfect. And then we just add that on, and we're good to go. So there's about 100 to 120 gallons. I think it's 110 is the exact spec of this Woodmaster 4400. And then I have about 30 gallons, I want to say, in all the hoses running to and from it. So we're looking at 140-ish gallons, 150-ish gallons in total at 186. So each year, like I said, I add about 6 of these, 6 to 8 of these per year, which isn't bad. Now the reason I have the 100 gallons is every 10 years, we got this in 2008, so 2018 is when I was supposed to flush it. I didn't. When did I flush it? I think it was, I'll have to look at my notes. I think it was 2022. I flushed it, emptied it, rinsed the whole thing out, and refilled it. And I use distilled water. That way I don't need to flush it every year. During the summer, maybe a gallon I need to blow out the bottom. So that's another gallon. So maybe 10 or 12 gallons in total. I'll blow a gallon to 5 gallons out the bottom. Very little smudge because it's all PEX and distilled water and copper pipe. And I test the water each year as well. and add any chemicals that's needed. It really doesn't need any, surprising for being an open system as it is. So that's why I was carrying this in the last video, and the 3 main things that you need to watch for and maintenance on one of these during the winter. I hope everybody's staying warm and having a great time. Questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comment section below, and have a wonderful winter.